Last week we had the absolute joy of rebuilding Brighton, and this week it's rebuilding Leeds, a team struggling down in the bottom three to the point where Big Sam has come in to save them. Well, Big Sam's left, he's managed to keep them safe, and we're going to take over for the next 4 years and see how far we can take Leeds using our 4-1-2-1-2 Diamond Heaven. What's going on there, guys? Kempy here, and welcome back to the Sort It Out SI channel for another rebuild. And we love tactics, we love rebuilds, and they come twice a week on this channel. So make sure to subscribe to Sort It Out SI. And if you're looking for more rebuilds, you're looking for more fantastic tactics, come over to my personal channel as well. We're just 35 subs away as I record this from 1K. So head over there and sub to me because it helps so much, and you guys have no idea how much the support of everyone over here on Sort It Out SI means to me. So thank you for the support on both the videos recorded last week and the video on Tuesday. Absolutely smashed this one as well. And this one is Leeds. And Leeds are a team which, you know, aren't my favourite side. I'm a United fan. You can tell that. I nearly set up to record this in a United top, and then it sort of twigged in my brain that I probably shouldn't do that, giving it a Leeds rebuild. But here we are, and Leeds, a club I actually do respect. I mean, obviously, a lot of trouble in the early 2000s. Obviously, sitting there, some of my favourite players were Mark Viduka, Harry Kewell. I mean, I know they're not exactly loved. Well, Harry Kewell anyway isn't exactly loved by Leeds fans anymore, but they had some absolutely fantastic players. And in this first season where we did sim with Leeds, we managed to get 15th in the Premier League, so 41 points to hit the magic 40, which is very, very good, which I'm happy with. The semi-finals of the FA Cup, when we were knocked out by United. Yes. And the runners-up in the Carabao Cup as well, where we lost to United. So it's hard. It's hard to not be happy with that, given I'm a United fan. But, you know, we are here to rebuild Leeds, and enough of the banter. We're here to use the 4-1-2-1-2 as well. Diamond Heaven V2. I created the first one on my tactic, and this one is a slightly different, slightly tweaked version, which we'll go through just now. As a sweeper keeper on support in goal with no further instructions there. Wing back on support on the right. Dribble less, tackle harder. A ball playing defender in centre back with stay wider. Another ball playing defender also with stay wider. A wing back on the tackle on the left, cross more often, dribble more and tackle harder. A half back on defend, the Kempy favourite position. Take fewer risks. A DLP on support on the left hand side with more direct passes, run wide of the ball, stay wider and tackle harder. A Mazzala on attack on the right with dribble more and tackle harder. An attacking midfielder in attack in the cam role, take more risks, roam from position and tackle harder. An advanced forward on attack up front, dribble more, shoot more often, tackle harder. And a complete forward on support with tackle harder. It's set to a positive mentality, which is quite good for Leeds, I suppose. Middle in the attacking width, pass into space, overlap down the left, but play it out of the defence, pass it shorter, a slightly higher tempo, low crosses, run at defence, be more expressive. In transition, it's take short kicks, distribute into the centre backs, distributing quickly, counter and counter press, and out of possession. It's a high press system. It's a standard defensive line. We're trapping the ball inside the pressing trap is in the middle, as we have got a very packed out midfield, prevent the short goal distribution and get stuck in. And Leeds actually have a semi-decent side for this. So if we just pick our best 11, you're looking at Nonto and Bamford up front, Aronson, Rocker, McKennie, Adams, Christensen, Koch, Struijk, Dallas and Meslier. So there's a few players in there which do need to be moved on. I mean, I think I'm going to probably annoy some Leeds fans in this. I mean, straight away, Dallas is going. One more player that has to go, and I need to find his name and make a point out of it. Luke Ayling. Not having it. He's gone, all right? McKennie, we're not going to do the deal to bring him in. The transfer fee is £22 million, I believe. £29 million, so it's very, very expensive. We have only got £49 million to spend, so we're not going to be keeping McKennie around. I do like Mark Rocker. I like Adams. Aronson is possibly going to stay in the starting 11. I'm not too sure, and Bamford certainly isn't. It's going to be Geronimo Ruta, who I actually think is a very, very good striker, especially on this year's FM. He's got some fantastic stats, and quite often you look 4 or 5 years in, and he's gone for, I think it's 83 million of release clause. It's not, but he goes for about 80 million normally when I see him 3 or 4 seasons in. So I'll be interested to see what we can get out of this team. Pascal Struijk is someone that I'll be looking to keep as a vocal point in defence. I do like Pascal Struijk quite a lot in real life. A very, very good defender. We've got Christensen at right back. Meslier, been under a little bit of the cosh in real life, had a few howlers, but I think there's a good goalkeeper in there, and just 23 years of age as well. He's still outrageously young for a goalkeeper, and it'll be impossible to not mention this man. Wilfred Gnonto has taken Leeds by absolute storm this season. In this formation, playing up front as that advanced forward, he did get 26 goals in 45 games. So it'll be interesting to see how far Willy Gnonto can take us as well. Already got 4 caps for Italy in our save. So we'll see how far he can go. Obviously as well, Leeds have got quite a good youth system. So we're looking to make a little bit of that. They've got Montero, Gyabi, Creswell, Perkins. Bogus is here still as well. There's a few good under 18s. And they've also got quite a good youth facilities at 17. So I'm sure a few of these boys will be staying around. But let's go forward to the end of this transfer window, the start of season number 2. See who we can pick up with this £50 million and who's going to leave the door as well. And see how far we can take Leeds. Well, if you guys do enjoy these rebuilds from myself and you do enjoy the tactics as well, make sure to subscribe to the channel because, like I said, they're going to be coming every single week. And also, like I said, come over to my channel as well. Show some support, show some love, sub, comment, do all of the things because they help us an outrageous amount. Now, in terms of the sales, there's a couple of players here that I have sold, and that is purely because we're not playing with wingers. I think Luis Sinisterra is a fantastic player, but we've got no position for him. He's not going to get into the team over Wilfred Gnonto up front, so he is staying and he is going to be leaving the club for £13 million. Helder Costa, £2.6 million has left, and Somerville as well. Again, I am not selling him out of any spite. I really do like Cisco Somerville. I think he's a fantastic player in real life and has got some really good potential, but we're not playing with wingers, so he's got to go. And again, he's not going to get in up front of that 9 finishing. So Somerville, Sinisterra, Helder Costa and Luke Ayling has gone as well. And I've got him for free back to bloody, who is it, Yeovil, where he belongs. Oh, honestly, do not like Luke Ayling. And in terms of sales as well, Patrick Bamford has left the club, £15 million. He's not good enough, I'm afraid. He's gone. Adam Forshaw, 650, and Sean McGurk has also left, but £42 million has been spent. And there's the bargain, the cover star, Ebere Eze. Now, we signed him for just £9 million. Crystal Palace have been relegated down to the Championship, and we snapped up Ebere Eze, and what a player we have on our hands. 17 dribbling, 16 composure, great flair, technique, decent enough pace. He's got good finishing as well. And in that attacking midfielder role that we have got in this team, he suits it down to an absolute T. And for just £9 million, it was way too good to turn down Ebere Eze. So he is now a Leeds player in that central attacking midfielder role. Ruben Colville, another player I do quite like from Cardiff. He has come in for just £8 million. We're going to see if we can get anything out of him as a backup number 10 to Ebere Eze. Philip Billing has also joined the club. Again, a player I do quite like. And Bournemouth also relegated in this save. Now, Billing is a 6'5" giant. And he can also go forward and attack as well. So he's going to play in the Mazzala on attack role. He's got good enough finishing, decent enough dribbling, etc. as well. But his absolute presence and getting into the box could be key for us. Scoring corners, scoring free kicks, everything. Billing is going to be vital. Joachim Andersen, also from Palace, as they were relegated, £6 million. Now, these signings aren't outrageous. I've not gone for the best wonder kids. I've tried to be a little more realistic and I've been clever as well. And Joachim Andersen, £6.5 million. It was outrageous to not go and get him, and he's a fantastic central defender as well. And I believe the last one is Juan Miranda from Real Betis, a very, very good left back, slightly better than Junior Firpo, who I do quite rate in real life, but I can't seem to see him. Maybe he went. We'll move on from Firpo. And Miranda is going to come in at left back. Firpo's there. I don't know why it didn't come up. That was very odd. Miranda and Firpo, you can see Miranda just much the better defender, pretty much. Firpo better going forward, but Miranda, very, very good defensive left back, and he is going to be in the team. And looking at the starting 11 then, if we pick this by our best 11, you're looking at not Sam Greenwood up front. It's going to be Ruta, because he's going to be locked in with Gnonto up front, with Eze in cam. Rocker is going to be playing, and Billing is going to be in centre mids. Adams in DM, Miranda left back, Stroik and Anderson, Christensen and Melier. A much stronger side this time around, expected to come in mid-table. I'll be quite happy with mid-table this year, maybe next year as well, and we'll see if after a couple of years of getting mid-table and getting Leeds back into the middle, if we can make European football. That is going to be the goal, so let's go ahead into that. After the end of season number 2, then we managed to get into 13th place in the Premier League on 47 points and 26 goals from Willy Gnonto, 19 from Ebere Eze, 17 from Ruta, 7 from Billing, 5 goals, 11 assists from Miranda is very, very impressive. We've kept around Joel Gilbert-Hart, Joffy, as the Leeds fans call him. We've got Anderson here as well, doing quite well. Cock, Sam Greenwood is the other backup striker. So Joffy and Greenwood, backups to Gnonto and Rutter. I think they're probably going to be there for most of this 5 years, but we're going to try and keep him around. Firpo did okay when he did play, but the best player this season was Rutter, and he is someone, like I said, I do want to make sure gets very good game time in this save. He's got a very, very good potential, and he's only 22 years of age. And 13th place in the Premier League, there's a reason I've not shown this screen. We've also won the FA Cup, which means we're in the Europa League next year. Huzzah, I mean, that's fantastic. So 13th place is good enough. But the FA Cup, we were winners. A 2-1 victory against Aston Villa. It was a Robin Koch 94th minute goal. I mean, he's put himself into Leeds folklore there. I mean, I actually don't know how many trophies has Leeds even won. That is their second ever FA Cup, coming from 1972. So they are now in the Europa League. I think that might be their last trophy was 1992 in the Premier League, I imagine, other than the Championship. And the Carabao would have been way back when, I imagine. But a very long time for Leeds to win a trophy, over 30 years pretty much, and Robin Koch has brought it home. And I feel quite satisfied, regardless of how this 5 years goes, as long as we don't get relegated, that we are winners of the FA Cup and we have won a trophy in this 5 years, which is really, really good, and that's exactly what he wanted to see. I mean, a few dodgy patches down here in sort of October, November, saying in the sort of near the relegation zone. We creeped ourselves up a lot of the season in sort of 10th to 12th, and then eventually settling in 13. 6 points better off last season. I mean, we were only 4 points and then we were in 10th place. So a decent season this season. We are definitely now a stronger 11. And in terms of the transfer budget, we've got £53 million to spend yet again. Jack Harrison is someone that hasn't featured at all. Again, purely because he's a winger. Nothing against Jack Harrison. And development centre as well. There are some fantastic young players here at Leeds. I mean, the academy already is very good. We've got Darius Connolly here, who looks unbelievable. We've got a few very good players. But in terms of the actual Leeds academy, who they've got in real life, Charlie Creswell, fantastic. Bogus is good. Dan James is also obviously leaving. Montero is quite good potential. Giabi, again, another very, very good midfielder. And there is someone that's going to creep into the team who I can't quite see. So he must come very soon, so keep your eyes peeled for the wonder kid that comes through. We're going to go forward this transfer window, see who we can prick up. Well, we are absolutely spent money-wise. We have £291,000 left in the bank, 2.7k on the wage bill. It's because we spent a lot of money, and a signing I'm absolutely over the moon with. Romeo Lavia, again, Southampton, relegated down into the Championship. He's coming to Leeds and he's going to be fantastic. In that DM role, this man is superb on this game. And he's superb in real life as well. I mean, you've heard the praise from Pep Guardiola. The guy's got 6 caps already in this save for Belgium. Fantastic acceleration and agility as a DM is fantastic. But also very good passing, teamwork, work great defensively as well. So Lavia has come in that DM role. Mauro Perkovic is someone that I've also brought in. He is just, 21 years of age from Dynamo Zagreb. He looks fantastic. Decent centre-back. Can also play at left-back. Mainly going to be a centre-back cover. The rest of the money has been spent on Morgan Gibbs-White, another fantastic player, and was needed a cover star with a bit instead of Aberieze, but Aberieze keeps it as he's from season 1. But Morgan Gibbs-White, another fantastic player, playing in centre midfield for us. Great consistency and likes big matches, and you've seen he has really grown in the last season while being at Nottingham Forest, and I believe they might have also got relegated this season. They did, hence why he is now in at Leeds for just £29 million, I believe it was, £28 million. So an absolute bargain for a player of Morgan Gibbs-White's quality. And the last signing we've made is Jesus Vazquez, another young left-back, and that's because Junior Firpo is leaving. There must be something here about Spanish left-backs at Leeds, because that's all we seem to be able to bring in. But Vazquez is now also in the team as a backup to Miranda, who obviously had a very good season this season. But this season, our start 11 is looking like Meslier, Christensen, Anderson, Stroik, Miranda, Lavia, Gibbs-White and Tyler Adams, Aberieze in cam, Nonto and Ruta up top, Clayson as the backup goalkeeper, Drame, Perkovic, Verba and Vazquez the back 5 backups, Rocker, Billing, Shackleton, a very good young player again, Aronson, Greenwood and Joffe is the backup 11. So still keeping some of that Leeds youth, still keeping a lot of the good first team players as well. So we're trying to keep this as realistic as possible, and I hope you guys are enjoying that. Let's go forward. We've got Europe this time with Leeds. How are we going to do? Well, there's a few players on this list that are leaving, including Joachim Anderson is leaving for £6.5 million to Villarreal, so a new centre-back is needed. Sam Greenwood is leaving to Real Betis, £15 million in the end, and he was becoming unhappy with his game time, so I think that's quite good money-wise to get rid of Greenwood for that amount of money. Murray Hutchinson is someone we brought in a free contract a few years ago. He is also leaving, so we've got some money to spend, and that is what we're going to do. Vitor Roque has come in. The striker is an absolute demon in real life. He looks fantastic, and there's a lot of big clubs looking at him, and he's come to Leeds, £16 million. We'll see what he can do. He's going to be the backup to Ruta and probably Nonto as well. He might eventually creep in. I'm not going to lock in Nonto and Ruta this season up front, because if Roque bursts in, he bursts in. He's going to be that sort of guy that will take the limelight. He is fantastic. Malik for another fantastic player and a much better defender, I think, than Joachim Andersen. If we compare the two, if he's still here, he is a very good defender, and he's just 23 years of age. So he is 6 years the younger of Joachim Andersen. Slightly less better mentally, but better defensively, physically, speed, same vision attacking, better technically, same aerial, and a very, very good player as well. Signed for about £35 million from Schalke, a decent sign. And Alvaro Figaldo as well, a player that I think I've been recommended on stream a few times when I've streamed over on Twitch, a few little saves I've done. Alvaro Figaldo is a very good player, and I believe I've been told him to get him from America before. 6.5 million is all this guy costs, and he looks absolutely fantastic. There's that deep line playmaker on support on the left. He's got the ability to play left wing, so I like the fact that our playmaker on the left is going to be able to get wide as well. He's extremely consistent, likes big matches. He's just 5'9", and he's got some fantastic stats. So Fidalgo is also in. Who else has left the club? Shackleton's left to Southampton for £6 million. Firpo's left for 12. Bogus has left as well. Looking at the squad though, we are looking rather strong. Melier, Christensen, Four, Stroik, Miranda, Lavia, Gibbs White, Fidalgo, Eze, Nonto, Vitor, Roque, Clayson, Jermaine, Perkovic, Verba, Vasquez, Adams, Billing. Archie Gray is going to come into the midfield now as a backup. He looks very, very good. Again, he's developed nicely on this year's game, and he's been had 2 loans now at Sheffield United, so he is starting to look like quite a player. So he is going to get some time on the bench. Brendan Harrison, Rutter, and Geldhart. So we'll see what we can do. Another strong season. Hopefully now we can break into the top half with no Europe. Let's see how this season goes. And a fantastic end to this season does get us into Europe, and our second season in Europe with Leeds. I didn't think we'd be saying that at the start of this season. We are now in the Conference League, and we were just 2 points outside of getting Champions League football. Was 5th place gets Champions League in the future with the Premier League with its coefficient rankings. Just 2 points outside of Newcastle is a very, very good season, and that's about 20 points better than what we done last year. The date hub is looking much better as well. We're about average on goals conceded. We are just over on goals scored, and the defensive upgrade of Malik 4 has certainly helped with that. 43 games this season, a 6.92 average rating. But Fidalgo, very good, 7.02 average rating this season. 6 goals, 9 assists, 11 goals, 7 assists from Eberi Eze, 22 goals, 9 assists from Nonto, and Roque, just 2 goals and 5 assists. And Rutter was our main striker alongside Nonto, and Roque didn't take the limelight as I maybe expected, but he is only 21 years of age, and maybe now the second season in the Premier League, he is going to prove to be absolutely pivotal for us. We are going into Europe yet again. Transfers wise, they've given us some kitty to spend. £90 million. We're going to have some fun. I mean, the squad's good enough. There's a lot of good youngsters coming through as well. Like I have said, there is Darius Connolly here who looks fantastic as a centre attack midfielder, and that's the youngster I was on about. I don't think he was here early on we looked in. This guy looks outrageously good, so he's going to come in to the limelight as well, see what he can do from the bench for our first team. Already a 3-star player. Sonny Perkins had a few good years here. Ruben Colville never really got into anything. Reece Rowlands looks fantastic. And looking at the under-18s as well, there's another few decent players. Truman Stout, I mean, they're not as good as I maybe thought they were. A New Zealand striker, though, is quite cool. I mean, a little bit random, but I digress. Season number 5, big transfers incoming, £90 million to spend. What can we do? If you guys have enjoyed this rebuild, make sure as well you come over to my personal Discord channel. That is in the links of all my videos on my own personal channel. I'm not going to put it in the description of Sort Out SI, but if you do want to come over to the Discord, you can download the save files at end of season number 5 for free. Just join the Discord. It's in the save file section, so you can pick up this save from the very start. Now, in terms of the transfers we are going to end up making, we had 90 million to spend. We spent about 60-70 million, and that's because Rutter has left the club. £36 million, he has gone to Newcastle. The value of 160 million. We got absolutely robbed, I think. I don't know how that happened, but £36 million he has gone. Perkovic has gone. Billing has gone. Anderson has gone. So some big sales. Iaks Mariba, a fantastic young midfielder, has come in on a free contract as well from RB Leipzig. He's not played much over in Germany his whole career, really, the last 4 years. So it's time for him to develop now here at Leeds. A very good sign on a free contract. Who else has signed? Eddie Nketiah. Is it him? Is D-Day him? He should have been on the cover, shouldn't he? A fantastic signing, £45 million overall for Eddie Nketiah. Had a loan spell at Leeds where they were in the Championship and done rather well, and has also done very well in real life for Arsenal recently. He's got fantastic pace, dribbling, finishing, etc. And he's going to surely take the up front spot wherever it was. A fantastic signing. Max Aaron's a very, very good right back. Someone that I do really like as well, and is going to be attacking down that right hand side alongside Ahmed Salah. He's going to be a pivotal player. Just £30 million now, 26 years of age, so he's looking very, very good. Baba Mendes is a good young goalkeeper, which for you guys when you join this save is going to be fantastic for you. We got Jorge Perez, another very good striker. He's in the under-21s and he's going to go out on loan and hopefully get some goals this season. He looks absolutely fantastic. And Amari Hutchinson is for some reason now just showing up again, and I don't really know why. I'm very confused as what's happening with Amari Hutchinson, but he's back. Maybe he was joining. That's what was happening. I got a bit confused. Classic Kempy. If you've ever been to my channel, you know that happens a lot, as well as the phantom itchy nose. So again, ignore that. As soon as I turn the camera on, it just happens. Melier, Aarons, Thor, Stroik, Miranda, Lavia, Gibbs-White, Mariba, Eze, Nonto and Nketiah. We have made a very, very exciting side here at Leeds, and it'll be good, interesting to see what you guys can do. We're going to sim this last season, show you the results, and then it's there for you guys to pick up. And I'll leave you with a European trophy at Leeds. It's not the Champions League. It's not even the Europa League. It's the Europa League's baby brother, but possibly the nicest trophy in football. We're 2-0 win against Wolfsburg, where Eze and Nketiah scored the goals for Leeds, and we got Leeds a European trophy. Now that is a very big success. We managed to also come 10th in the Premier League, so we didn't slip down into the bottom half again. 56 points, very good to see, especially with European football. You can see, again, maybe that little dip there, but we stayed consistent, and we eventually got into 10th place, and we won the Conference League, and I'm absolutely buzzing with that. And the goals wise have been spread as well. 25 from Nketiah, 20 from Nonto, 18 this season from Roque, 17 goals, 14 assists for Eze. Fidalgo with 11 and 11, Perez with 9 and 4 off the bench. The youngster didn't go on loan, but Eze is the man. He wants a new deal, so come in, give him the new deal. The guy is fantastic. £9.5 million we spent on him, and he had an unbelievable 4 years here at Leeds. So enjoy using this team. Enjoy using Iberi Eze. I think you can really now take this team onto bigger and better things. And I think within the next 2 years, Champions League is possible. So pick up this save, come over to the Discord, and you can do that for absolutely free. Subscribe to Sorted Out SI, subscribe to Kempy XI as well, and leave a comment down below on your favourite signing for this save. Like the video, subscribe to both channels, and we'll speak to you